Let me tell you the story of Halewyn, a somber city entwined in both shadow and the silvered hope. Along the banks of its river walls lay the Vault of Morrow, a place of whispered reverence. Here, the most desperate or worthy could trade in the rarest currency, shimmering chance crystals, for a taste of divine interference to undo their worst day. Where fate held its stern hand over all, this place granted mercy, but mercy not without measure. Yet every boon has its burden. Among Halewyn's murmuring streets walked Sera Moonglade, a cleric of divination devoted to the cosmic balance of destiny itself. Her robes were pristine, softly glowing as though lit by unspoken truths. She bore the mantle of responsibility with the grace of a morning prayer, an arbiter for the fragile line between mortal choice and divine intervention. As trouble stirred in Halewyn's veins, it was Sera who first sensed the unsettling discord. A tip of fate's fine scales, light as a feather but felt across the great weave of time. And oh, her heart weighed heavy with its consequence. It began subtly. At first, the reports that arrived at the church seemed to whisper where they ought to have roared. Prisoners freed with no documentation, debts erased by no mortal hand, lives polished clean of hardship. While Halewyn breathed relief, Sera grew no less anxious, for every subtle blessing burns brightly in the diviner's true sight. Mercy alone is seldom free, she murmured one night, gazing into the mote-like lights burning above her divining pool. If there is kindness here, let its threads be known to me. A vision stirred in the waters, unveiling fleeting images of shadowed hands exchanging the telltale shimmer of blue light fates in darkened alleys, chance crystals flowing not through the vault's lawful assembly, but through locked doors and whispered oaths, and at their heart a name spoken like the faint refrain of a dirge, the Secondhand. These acts, Sera asserted before her gathered priests, are not mere kindness. To steal from time itself strips threads from the tapestry of what is yet to come. Somewhere in Halewyn, another will pay the debt these blessings incur. Even here, her voice faltered for but a moment. In matters of mercy, we must uphold balance. Sera found herself unable to walk this path alone. She wove together a fellowship, morally varied as the colors of a stained glass window, yet united by purpose. There was Lias, a keen-eyed rogue whose fingers had lifted secrets sharper than daggers. Bethrin, a dwarvish traitor skeptical of faith but thrilled by the currency of fate itself. Andlin, a ranger as steadfast as the forests they guarded. And finally Iso, a tiefling wizard whose thirst for magic often bordered recklessness. A mismatched lot, but Sera believed every soul bore a part in destiny's grand arithmetic. Together, they followed the scripts of altered lives, tracing chance crystals' haunting glow through Halewyn's winding streets. One night, in a shadow-laden part of the merchant quarter, their quarry became clear, an unmarked clinic, hidden among dying lanterns and patchwork stone. Beneath its modest veneer, a silent tide of people waited. Sera's heart wavered as they watched. These were no villains, but petitioners bearing desperate pleas. A mother with tear-soaked hands clutching the relic of her son's broken life. A frail laborer whose bent back begged time to erase one fateful misstep. The Secondhand never showed their face, but through intermediaries, nimble and hooded, they made deals that Sera knew cut sharp. Borrowed seconds, unearned tomorrows. The wisdom in her charged her to act, and yet her heart dragged its feet. Even now, she thought, how can I deny hope to these people, even if it rests atop a scaffolded lie? No crystal falls from the weave untangled, she whispered as her party slipped inside, tense with purpose. The room smelled faintly of incense and raw desperation. Hooded figures moved amongst the crowd with practiced anonymity. After quiet observation, Sera whispered, "These blessings come at a cost no one here knows how to count. Stay sharp." Her party nodded, fanning out to uncover the truth behind these loans of time.
Clarity often walks hand in hand with chaos, and tonight proved the rule. When they unveiled a locked vault behind thick velvet drapes, Andlin and Bethrin discovered not gold or illicit goods, but ledgers. Inside were names and dates, rows upon rows of them. Names etched out entirely suggested too high a price paid, others whose dates carried stamps of debt against their futures. It was all unmistakably grim, though exquisitely recorded. Conflict broiled like a storm as the clinic's operators realized Sera's party had infiltrated their shadowed sanctuary. A fight brewed, Lias and Andlin holding the precarious line while Iso's magic darted through. Yet amidst it all, Sera's voice thundered above, serene yet commanding. Her divine spells warded innocence, forging peace where blades might otherwise have torn it apart. A plea cut through the fray. Do not fight mercy, we give what the vault cannot. By dawn, the fighting subsided into grudging surrender. Hooded leaders were stripped bare of the anonymity that their invisible Secondhand had granted. You barter in lives without consent, Sera declared to them, her tone weaving between kind authority and harsh justice. This city will reckon with your work one way or another. But now, she raised a hand above the waiting petitioners. None here shall suffer undue wrath. Her moral quandary simmered long after the dealings of the night. In the weeks to come, she and her gathered fellowship sought to establish not a truth, for divination lies far from simplicity, but perhaps an answer. Together they pushed for the vault's radiance to reach more openly into Halewyn's festering wounds. A public commons for second chance crystals bloomed slowly, decentralized, and tempered by communal accountability. The Secondhand faded but left a spectral echo, one that shaped Sera's views on fate more deeply than she'd wish to admit. Mercy should be felt, not hoarded tightly. And so Halewyn came not to perfect justice, but something closer to shared humanity. And now I ask you, was she right to loosen fate's grip and grant the city ownership of its redos? Share your thoughts in the comments, subscribe for another tale, and together we'll unravel what it means to forge a better D&D world.